For 2 seasons, The Bear was one of my favorite shows on TV, maybe the best show. Now with season 4, it feels like they have to return to form after a somewhat disappointing season 3. Let's talk about it. I will say this, season 4 keeps the same sensibilities of season 3 to where it does somewhat feel like they are stuck in a rut, but still slightly moving forward for the first few episodes. That being said, one of the early episodes, episode 3, is absolutely outstanding. I felt similarly towards the end of episode 1. Okay, the pacing, it's finally starting to hit its groove. A literal ticking clock, which we are watching throughout this entire season. But episode 3 hits all of those high notes that you know and love from episodes like Forks, and I was really feeling the emotions. And then you get a great monologue from Carmy, but also Carmy and Claire towards the end, and we're really starting to dive back into that plot line. I didn't hate season 3 like a lot of people, but it did feel like we were kind of stuck in the mud, not going anywhere, not getting the character development we deserve, and it toned down the stakes. Well, the stakes start to get a little higher in season 4, not quite on the level of the first 2, but there are so many high highs and emotional moments, character breakthroughs to where they finally start to move forward. Carmy, I'm talking to you, man. Took you a long time to get there, but we are finally starting to see some character progression, and I love some performances here. Outstanding. Io is phenomenal. Sydney is such a great character. Gets an episode to focus on her. Richie is continuing to kind of find his own and really feels at home in the restaurant. There is a beautiful scene in the best episode, and we'll get to that later on, to where he makes a family so happy as a server, and it takes that episode to the next level because you're feeling the joy that he's feeling on screen. Speaking of which, episode 7, not only are there a lot of fun appearances and cameos from big-time actors and actresses, but there is an extended sequence where everyone gets under a table and has a series of conversations where you are getting so much emotional goodness. And this show is really all about the relationships and the dynamics and growing from those experiences. And episode 7 exemplifies that. Maybe my favorite episode of TV so far this year. And that's definitely high. Now, the high highs aren't quite on the level of a season 2. And you don't get a ton in the confines of the restaurant. Maybe that's something I was missing. We spent a lot of time outside of it. A couple of great sequences. But man, I wanted to see more. I wanted to see more cooking. Basically, let them cook. There are some episodes where things have to reset, coming off of the high of episode 1, and then episode 2 is fine, just getting us from point A to point B. But all in all, I didn't feel the lulls of season 3, but we finally start to progress and move forward and get a phenomenally acted finale with some of the better character moments that really point to where we're going in the next season, if we get it, and I hope we do.